Any questions that you may have, be sure to type them down below in the chat box. We'll see if we can hit a couple of those at the end. Other than that, Bob, are you ready?
I'm ready to go, Mike.
All right, the show is yours.
Right on. Thanks for the introduction. Happy Veterans Day, everybody. And thanks for joining us. Again, my name is Bob Johnson, Regional Sales Director with IHC. And got a lot of product we're going to go through today, a lot of different opportunities with actually 4 or 5 different products that I'm going to kind of hit on a high level on, a real brief intro. Really not going to get into the weeds of the full products. Those are worthy, each product is worthy of actually an hour webinar each in and of itself. So kind of going to give a high level an introduction that you're able to follow up on with INA and get a little bit more information there and how to enroll and whatnot. For those of you that might not be familiar with the IHC Group, just a brief overview. IHC Group is a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange with serving over 1 million clients. We are traded under the New York Stock Exchange under the symbol, simple enough, IHC. We write our products on 3 major carriers that we own. That's Standard Security Life, Madison National Life, and also a carrier called IAC. All 3 of which are A- rated by AM Best. With that, holding our own paper, having our own carriers, it's really enabled us to create some unique products out in the marketplace for individuals, complementing the ACA marketplaces and offering some alternatives to the ACA marketplace that I will discuss as well as group products, everything really non-ACA, if you will, with group dental plans as well as small group self-funded products. So jumping right in here, starting with our first product here. We are talking about a product, oops, wrong brochure, there we go. One of our major leading products is actually called Metal Gap. Metal Gap, and I'm operating right off the brochure here. Metal Gap is designed to be a complementary ancillary plan to ACA plan designs, specifically bronze and silver plan designs. But that's not to say they can't complement the gold or platinum plan designs as well. Metal Gap is intended to be a guaranteed issue bundle, affordable guaranteed issue bundle of supplemental accident benefits, a critical illness benefit. One of the levels, Plan C, as you see here, offers an accidental death and dismemberment as well as a first-day hospital confinement and up to 10 days, daily reimbursement of $500 up to 10 days in the hospital. This is intended to target those individuals that may have taken a bronze or silver level plan design due to premium requirements. They needed to get that premium down as low as possible, but now they're concerned with the higher out-of-pockets associated with those plans. As you see with Plan B, for example, the member can have up to a $6,350 supplemental accident benefit. Now that is a supplemental accident benefit that is intended to reimburse any out-of-pocket expenses associated with a covered accident, such as deductible and coinsurance, or maybe there might be additional office visit copays or prescription copays or prescription out-of-pocket costs that may or may not be covered under a medical plan. They can have those costs reimbursed back to them up to $6,350 per accident. Not a per calendar year, that is a per accident per covered member. Critical illness also built in there is a $7,500 benefit that covers the primary and the eligible adult spouse that is enrolled, not children, but it's a lump sum critical illness benefit. It also includes some excellent association benefits like an RX discount card as well as a vision discount card. More importantly is that we built the Metal Gap to really be affordable, with the affordability being basically flat rates here. As you see the plans here with Plan A, and B. For an individual plan B, you're looking at $27.23. This is a commissionable product. For a family, it's a flat price. Outside of Colorado, Ohio, and New Mexico, $51.42. Now that's whether you have a couple enrolled or a family of 12, $51.42 a month to add on to their plan. It's an excellent opportunity for those of you that are working in the ACA marketplaces. For those of you that are working in the ACA marketplaces, enrolling individuals, especially with open enrollment coming up starting on Saturday, that you will be able to really complement the plan design in a very simple way. And I'm going to show you a little bit later, how do we access these plans? How easy are they to enroll? And it's available in several different states. We look at our state map here. The gray areas are that you see on the map here. The gray areas are where Metal-Gap is not available. But you do see Plan A and B are available in all of the states that are in blue. Now, in the light blue, Plans A, B, and C are available. Plan C is not available in the dark blue states, really because of the indemnity benefit that's built in there. But very wide footprint, so no matter where you're selling, when you're selling online, really easy to add this product on to your benefit portfolio in order to help you grow your revenues. And enrollment is a cinch in this. You start with the ihcgroup.com website, logging in here. I'm just going to log in as a demo here and just give you a brief kind of overview of how simple is this to add on. We wanted to keep Metal-Gap very simple. And logging in, there's a couple of things. When you're contracted and you're appointed with IHC, you have access to this website, downloading forms, getting additional product information. You can quote and enroll. You can also create very easy links if you have a website or if you just want to email a consumer a link. This link right here is embedded with your agent number. You can also have banner ads that if you have a website, you can simply add a banner to your website so a consumer can click and enroll themselves. But showing you how simple it is to really enroll, clicking on the Metal-Gap enrollment tools there, looking at comparing plans and enrolling in Metal-Gap. And I always just use Arizona as my example since I am in Arizona, where it's still nice and warm, by the way. Put in a date of birth there. Just make it a single, or I can do a family here. Do a family, looking at, say, 2 kids. Because I can quote, as the agent, you are able to actually quote and enroll. Oops. I didn't select a gender there, I guess. Apologize for that. How fast this is. And 2 kids. Looking at getting a quote, doggone it. Moving through this a little bit too fast for myself here. Pulls up all the plans. What's nice about the Metal-Gap marketplace and the sales technique is that you're actually able to, and this leads right into another product that can help you build your revenue portfolio. It's easy to cross-sell. Looking at Plan B, for example, you can automatically add on an IHC dental plan. Hovering over this eye here gives you an indicator of kind of what the plan designs are. And from here, you can email a link to a consumer, but it gives you your premium. Now, that's including the dental, the premium only for Metal-Gap, adding on individual dental, easy cross-selling tool. Looking at the individual dental, if you come over here, you can download plan details, but I've actually already downloaded them. And looking at the individual dental plan, this is a pretty straightforward individual dental plan. One of the aspects of it is that it is attached to a PPO, but there is also an indemnity benefit that can be built on. Very large seller because a lot of individuals on an individual dental plan don't want to be tied into a network. So we can certainly go with an indemnity plan, in which case they can go to any provider they want to. any provider they want, looking at the individual dental. Now applying, just so you know how to quickly apply for this, again, this is all just a matter of minutes here. You can enroll over the phone, put in the sample. I'll just put in some sample details here. Sample client, select that. I don't need to put in a social security number. And you are enrolling right over the phone here with your client as you're getting them enrolled, or perhaps in their office when you're online there. Let's make this kid 1. And kid 2. Putting in my address there. I just make it put in a sample address there. Do need to put in a phone number there. And continue. And it brings you right up into payment information or beneficiary information. Let's make my sample. Let's see, spouse, client. No other individual dental. From here I can save and exit, or I can email, or just continue. From here, you simply do your attestations, which you can do, again, right over the phone, or the client can be doing this themselves and just typing their names as they are applied for. Continue. And this brings you to a payment page where I have to, basically, once you're on the payment page, breaks down the whole premium with any enrollment fees or admin fees. You put in the credit card or bank draft information, select credit card. It's going to draft the credit card, sign it. I'm going to stop right here because this is a live site, so I don't want to put in my credit card information. I don't feel like buying another one. And here we have it. And so in a matter of minutes with Metal-Gap, what you've done here is added on a guaranteed issue bundle. And what would that take us? Even with my typos, took me about 7 minutes there, I think. I don't even know if it was that long. But now we've added on a guaranteed issue bundle of supplemental accident, critical illness, as well as some vision discount benefits, RX discount benefits, again, guaranteed issue, and enrolled the entire family in that policy to now it's emailed back to them. So this is all wrapped up in a matter of minutes with an excellent commissionable product. We don't know of any other products out there on the market right now that make it all combined like we have it with the accident and critical illness, as well as being able to enroll in such a quick manner and have that all done with the Metal-Gap. And again, we're looking at a very wide footprint of where Metal-Gap is available. I'm not sure where everybody on the call is coming from, but certainly knowing that we cover the vast majority here, there is an excellent opportunity with Metal-Gap and adding on. And I'd encourage you, if you're already appointed with IHC, to go back and log in and download the brochure. Or look at the brochure in order to know what is included, what's not included, and get a little bit more details. Now, it's an online application. We can use paper apps, but we don't encourage them. We encourage the online application. We do have paper apps available for Metal-Gap. So, moving on from Metal-Gap, another excellent opportunity for those of you that work in group or individual markets. We have an excellent opportunity with our short-term medical plans. Now, with short-term medical, looking at a brochure here, short-term medical, looking at the brochure, coming on to download forms here, I'll just go to Secure STM and download a brochure here. Let's say in, let's just look in Texas. Look at the brochure, pulls up the brochure right here. Short-term medical is positioning itself as the affordable alternative to the ACA. With short-term medical, actually we offer the short-term in several different states, but in these states that you see here in green, we can actually issue policies for up to 364 days with unlimited rewrites. Short-term medical is a perfect opportunity to offer a lower cost alternative for those individuals that don't qualify. Maybe they don't qualify for tax subsidies, and they don't need a guaranteed issue plan. By all means, we are encouraging, if an individual qualifies for tax subsidies, then take them, or advanced tax credits, whatever it is we're calling them, advanced tax credits. Or if they need a guaranteed issue policy, by all means, go to the exchange or go get an ACA plan. That's what that is designed for. But for those families that or individuals that don't qualify for a tax subsidy, they don't qualify for, or rather they don't need guaranteed issue plans, short-term medical plans can be an excellent alternative. Now, short-term medical plans are just that. They are temporary. They're not guaranteed issue. They are still underwritten, and there are some qualification questions that I'll show you in just a minute here. Some qualification questions. There are some, also there is pre-ex is excluded on the short-term medical plans. But again, if we're talking about somebody that just wants a major medical, not concerned about pre-ex, I don't need guaranteed issue, I just want something in case I do break my leg, I have an accident, I do have a heart attack, I get sick, I need something in place that's going to cover that much more affordable, this could be the objective. And enrolling is simple through our, again, through our marketplace. Let me close this out. Through the marketplace, you have link creation tools for temporary medical. And now again, you can email this link that will be embedded with your IHC number once you're appointed. It's embedded with your number, so you're going to get credit for the sale. Or there are banners automatically on there that you can add to a website so a consumer can simply click and enroll. And enrolling to SNAP, and it also offers excellent cross-selling opportunities. I just clicked right here on under quoting enrollment, clicked on short-term medical plans, brings you to the marketplace. Now from here, you're talking to a consumer. You can email them a link to apply and enroll on their own, or you can walk them through the enrollment, or quote plans and suggest a plan. For example, again, going back to Arizona here, we want to start a plan January 1 because this is a 364-day policy. So why not offer them the alternative starting January 1st for 364 days, covering their major medical plans. Next year, at the next open enrollment, they can review the exchange opportunities. Maybe their situation has changed to where now they do qualify for tax subsidies at the next open enrollment. Maybe their health condition has changed to where they do need a guaranteed issue plan. They're not going to qualify for another short-term plan. Well, they have the major medical. Next open enrollment, they have the opportunity to enroll into an exchange plan design. So again, looking at this here, looking at the spouse, adding on a spouse, and let's just say there's 2 kids, looking at a monthly payment, again for up to 364 days. It's going to bring me to, whoops, that's not good. I don't like that. This takes you to your quoting and enrollment to where you're able to get options to propose and simply enroll them right over the phone. No, I don't like that. We are still loading our January 1 rates. There's not going to be any changes, so I'll just make it October 30th or December 30th starting here. Apologize for that confusion. And you can actually sort the plans. So I want to look at a secure STM plan. I only want to look at a secure STM plan. And I'll give you a little sales idea here, I only want to look at, people are trying to lower their costs, so I only want to look at $5,000 deductibles, and I always say go with the 50% coinsurance. The reason being, with a $5,000 deductible, if I'm going to keep my out-of-pocket the same, I may as well save a couple of bucks by doing a 50% coinsurance rather than a 80%, because my out-of-pocket's going to remain the same here. So I've dwindled my plan designs down. Now, what I like here is a $5,000 deductible, Notice my family of 4 in Arizona is only $411. I mean, I'm talking to families here that, you know, when they're going on exchanges, they're looking at $1,000, $1,500 or more for their family of 4. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's kind of a high deductible, high out of pocket. Well, it could be, but you know, you have the opportunity here to cross-sell, adding the metal gap on, and I want to add metal gap plan B. I can add my individual dental plan, and I can add an RX pay card, which is a guaranteed issue discount benefit RX that works through the pharmacy network, works through the Caremark pharmacy network. Plan details, you can hover over that for plan details. What it does is it offers, what the RX benefit does, it puts all of our prescriptions into buckets that offer flat pricing, so it's predictable pricing for the consumer. So now, what I've done here, we're looking at $575.36 for my family of 4. I have my major medical taken care of with the secure short-term medical plans. I've added on Metal Gap, which is an additional commissionable product. I've added on an individual dental plan, again, an additional commissionable product, and the RX pay card. So really, as a consumer, I have my bases covered. I have my major medical, I have my RX pay card, I have a gap plan in case I do have an accident or I do suffer a critical illness with Metal Gap. I'm able to offset my out-of-pocket costs, and you can simply apply online with a consumer, apply right over the phone. I want to go through the application real quick just because I want to show you what kind of the questions are or how easy it can be, because you can really breeze through this and have a consumer enrolled in about 15 minutes. So looking at this here, and there are some questions here that are knockouts. It's simply accept, reject, that walk through here. Notice again, Social Security number, not mandatory. Working through this. 123 My Street.
Now, Bob, while you're doing this,
Yep.
I was going to say, anyone who's interested in this at the end of this and you'd like to be able to get your link, they simply need to contact us if we can get them set up with their contracting so that they can get their link set up, correct?
That's correct. They can get their link set up, get contracted with IHC, and we usually have once we receive contracting, they will usually have a number within a day. We can get them we can expedite it through if they're like, hey, I got somebody on the hook right now. But normally give it a couple of days and they're ready to sell. But I wanted to come here just so you could see kind of what the health history questions are on the short-term medical applications. The big one that seems to be coming up now is the pregnancy questionnaire. Keep in mind, this is if anybody applying is currently pregnant, or even if you're a single male, but you're a male, but obviously you're not pregnant, but maybe your spouse is or a child is, you're not going to qualify. And then there are some knockout questions as well, which are the big ones. For example, diabetes seems to come up quite often, heart disorders, the stroke, and pretty straightforward. What's easy here is that if you answer yes to anything, it lets you know right away you don't qualify. So you have the accept, reject. Now they know, hey, we need to go back to the exchange here. Again, starting this plan design, maybe looking at an ACA plan design. So we have really standalone gap plans for the individual markets. We're looking at individual dental plans, the metal gap plans, and short-term medical as an affordable alternative, that can really cut some premiums in half there for the individual marketplace. But again, if a consumer needs, it can qualify for those tax subsidies. If they need a guaranteed issue plan, by all means, go to the ACA. It's meant to be an alternative.
And does the short-term the short-term meet the individual mandate for MEC coverage? So if they have this, they don't have to worry about the individual mandate?
Mike, that's a great question. It does not. So that's why you have to really kind of look at, okay, what's my exposure on a penalty coming up next year? What would my exposure be, and would the savings of a short-term medical plan offset that potential risk there? So because it does not meet the minimum essential coverage today. Now, so those are really the individual products that we're focusing on. From a group perspective, there's a couple different plans that we're offering. One of them is our group dental plan called Flexident. I'm not going to go too far into Flexident. This is if you're working on your current group plans, if you have new prospects coming up, I always suggest, whether or not the consumer has really asked for it, always take them a dental quote, because a lot of times it's an add-on sale, or it's overlooked at the time. Keep in mind, what's nice about the Flexident dental plans is that they are voluntary for groups of 5 or more. They can be 100% voluntary. In other words, as long as there's 5 or more enrolling, the employer has no cost here. They don't have to contribute anything. They're welcome to contribute a portion of the premium, but they don't have to. The group sizes for dental are 2 to 99. So you can have 99 employees eligible. If only 5 enroll, you have an eligible group there. So it's an excellent opportunity to go back to existing groups and offer a voluntary benefit plan. It's also an excellent opportunity to really just make sure their benefit portfolio is rounded out with dental. Now, the big question that does come up on the dental is, are they the ACA pediatric dental compliant? No, they are not. Neither is our individual dental plan. I just want to make sure we throw that out there. So they are intended for people that really just aren't concerned with that aspect. So now that's on the group side. So I always suggest, again, you're working on your RFPs, you're working on anything, you're working on a group, may as well take a group dental plan out for them, and INA can quote all these for you, real simple and quickly. Last but not least on the group side, because I know that we are coming up on the ticker mark here, on the group side, we're really pushing heavily with our self-funded plan designs, and self-funded plan designs are really what's taken. They have been taken, and they continue to skyrocket. I guess it's all just going up with these. Our small group self-funded plans are built for the 10 to 50 employees, and the benefits of self-funding on small groups, it's kind of changed a little bit. For those of you that work in the group markets and haven't considered self-funding, you really want to look at why you want to look at self-funding is because, one, it can continue to be underwritten, which means we start off a self-funded plan is going to start out a lot more competitive than what an ACA group plan typically is going to start out at. Also, the situation, the environment's changed with the ACA and in small group. Because small group is guaranteed issue in the ACA, employers in that 10 to 50 space, or in some carriers, not IHC, but maybe they can go down to 5. But employers should look at this of, let's go through, let's get a pre-screen, let's look at what the number is. If the number doesn't work for self-funding, if for some reason the premium comes back, it's an adverse risk group, then maybe you want to look at the ACA options. But typically, self-funding can set up plan designs and offer an opportunity to get a portion of the claim fund back, because an employer owns 100% of the claim fund with self-funding. Our product is a simple 12/24 run out. They can set up their plan designs to look very similar to what their traditional PPO plan designs looked like, with office visit copays, HSA qualified options, deductible coinsurance, etc., to where it can be a much more advantageous opportunity for small groups, especially in that 10 to 50 space, to look at. Keep in mind, under a fully insured plan option, if an employer has a great loss ratio, and they pay the premium in, that fully insured carrier keeps all of the premium. Under a self-funded model, when a employer has claims that are better than expected, that claims fund and that claims money is now coming back to the employer. Either can be used to offset future claims, or can be used to purchase additional benefits, or can simply be taken back and used as revenue. Now, that creates a taxable event if it's used as revenue. Bottom line is that the employer owns the claim fund. So that really kind of rounds out our portfolio and how we can grow, how we can help you grow, how IHC products can help you grow your revenue streams in the individual markets with Metal Gap adding on to the ACA plan designs. Individual dental plans are looking at short-term medical plans and combining all of these products together through the marketplace in one sale and enrollment, having a short-term major medical plan with Metal Gap built in to cover accidents and critical illness, to reimburse the out-of-pocket there, to look at having the RX pay card and an individual dental plan at a much more affordable starting point. That's the individual markets. And all those plans are so available standalone as well. The RX pay card, the individual dental, the Metal Gap, or the short-term medical, they're all available on a standalone basis as well. And then on the group side, let's look at group dental and also the self-funded options there. For the group side, obviously it's real simple. You simply get your RFP put together and forward it on to your INA rep, and they'll produce some proposals for you. So that's the portfolio in a nutshell and how we're trying to help you grow your revenue streams there. So, Mike, right now, I think if we want to open up to any questions, or did any questions come through online?
Got a few people asking about the self-funded option. Where is it available? Do you have a site map that shows where that's at? It's a couple states were being asked in particular. I saw Utah being a state that's being asked particular. Also Texas being asked as a particular option. But do you have are those states that product's available in?
Utah, no. Where is my doggone map? I thought I had a map up. Bear with me. So I thought I had a map somewhere. Utah, it is not available. We're available right now in about 23 different states: Arizona, Texas, Idaho. Colorado is a big marketplace for us. Montana, Wyoming, Iowa. Bear with me, I apologize. I'm looking for my doggone map here to show you the state availability, and I think I just found it. There we go. Here we go. Then the blue states here, that's where Self-Funded Concepts, the name of the product, Self-Funded Concepts, is available. We're showing, what's that?
Say blue states, you said.
Blue states, that's right.
Okay.
We're showing good progress right now in Arizona, Colorado. Montana is coming on for us. Texas, pretty much over here on the east side. Indiana and Ohio and Michigan are excellent marketplaces for us.
Okay.
If anybody's on the call that markets in Wisconsin, in Madison area, in the Madison area, we should be able to be competitive as well. And that's not to say we're not competitive. That's just where we're seeing a large volume of business. That's not to say we're not competitive and we can't get competitive in some of these other states.
Just might not have a lot of distribution there.
Yep.
Okay.
What else?
Looking on the Metal Gap, have you already seen what is the most popular plan that is being sold by chance between the A, B, and C? I mean, the C looks awful Cadillac, but
actually, Plan B is by far right now. Plan B is representing roughly 70% of total sales. It's simple.
$27 roughly a single, huh?
Yep. Again, 70% of the total sales, and it's looking at 70% of the total sales, and it's really just because the difference between Plan A and Plan B is so minimal, but you get so much more benefit with that $63.50 on the accident plan. It's going like gangbusters, and a lot of people aren't concerned about the hospital indemnity benefit on Plan C for the cost differential.
Jumping around just a little bit, self-funded plans, the question came up, are you willing to do management carve-outs?
Yes. And 1099s.
Oh, and 1099s.
Mm-hmm.
What do you require special for 1099s?
No more than 50% of the 1099. No more than 50% of the enrolling group can be 1099s.
Okay.
And we do require that they show a copy of their 1099. In other words, that employee has to be solely employed by we want them to be solely employed by the employer, not a occasional contractor or something like that.
Okay. All right. If there's a question that was asked and we haven't gotten to today, certainly contact your INA rep here. We will certainly get you set up. Otherwise, we thank you very much for your time today. And Bob, thank you for your time as well. We
Thank you.
You make it a great Veterans Day, and we'll talk to you all later. Remember, this has been recorded and will be up on the website within probably 24 to 48 hours.
Sounds good. And I would just add that if there's any other additional questions, get down in the weeds. If you're appointed, get to the website. If you are not appointed, make sure you reach out to INA and get appointed.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.